My name is Vogeler, and I'm running for Oregon School Board. As Dan said, there are 2 seats open, 3 people running right now. And I have lived here for 17 years. I have 2 kids who've been in the school district. Carlos right now is in 10th grade. He's gone through school and he's in high school, loving it and doing very, very well. Primarily because the teachers have been so excellent. The staff has been fantastic, the administrators have really made that a great environment for my son. My other son, Jesse, he graduated in 2010, and I wanted to tell you a little bit more about him and Carlos to give you an idea of why I'm running and how I want to give back to the community. Jesse had been in the Gifted and Talented program through grade school. Then he got to high school, and he always was very driven to do a good job, to get A's. And eventually he did, after working very hard, graduate as a valedictorian. But it was a hard time, because when he was a senior, this is right when he was in his senior year, about November, he was diagnosed with type 1 diabetes. And what that means is that basically your pancreas is not producing the insulin correctly, and he needed to learn how to inject the insulin, and he did that at high school. So I took some time off of work, and I would go to school, high school, every single day, and the nursing staff, the food staff, the teachers were just incredible in terms of supporting him and supporting our family. So that has been very, very good for us. And as far as Carlos, now he was 6 years old. He came to this country and hit the ground running. He was, I kid you not, came in on the weekend. He started school on Monday. And he was so excited to go to school because in Guatemala he did not have that opportunity. A lot of poverty, he didn't really even have that much in terms of shoes and clothing, so on. So he was so excited and spoke Spanish, only Spanish. So here we are in kindergarten. The classroom is already about 3/4 of the way through the alphabet, and Carlos gets in there. And he did learn his alphabet. And then he learned to read in English, to speak in English. And again, it was because the school did a fantastic job. We had counselors and teachers and the principal, everybody involved making this happen. So now that my kids are a little older, a little more stable, Jesse is in college and doing very well. Carlos, again, 10th grade. I felt I could give back to the community. It's my time to give back. And the other reason I'm running is that I have been hearing and feeling as well that even though the district has been strong and great, and that's why we moved here 17 years ago, we could be doing a little bit better right now. I'm hearing, and I am knocking doors, just so you know, I'm out there in the cold knocking hundreds of doors, talking to people, and what I'm hearing is people feel somewhat disconnected from the school board. And I think what we need to do is try to figure a way to have the school board and the community be more in communication with each other. And when I say community, I mean the parents, the teachers, the staff, the students, residents who don't have kids in the district, but they pay money. So we need to get all these people on board together to be making decisions and working together. So I have some ideas on how we could do that. So I'd like to give you my plan, some of my ideas. One is to work to increase communication between the school board and the community. So to that end, I have already begun listening sessions because I'm hoping I will get elected, and if so, I want to get in there and be ready to participate. So I held a listening session in February at the Firefly for Oregon, Brooklyn area. I'm holding another listening session up in Fitchburg this coming Tuesday. And I do pledge, if I get on the board, that I will hold a listening session once a month. And what I'm trying to do is model that behavior. I'd like to see the school board as a whole do more of that. Another thing is, in addition to increasing communication between the board and the community and listening to each other more, I think we need to have shared decision making. And there are a number of committees that the board has: Human Assets Committee, Financial Assets Committee, Policy Committee, many others. And these school board members, I do know they do a ton of work, and I respect everyone on the school board for that. But I think what we could do is have more community members, parents, teachers, students, residents on these various committees. And then we could be working more closely together. My voice has been going lately, I'm talking so much, just kind of put up with that. Working together. And I think that would help everybody concerned. We all be more of a team effort. Another issue for me is the grading policy. My son, Carlos, is one of those kids that if you don't have to do it, he's not going to do it. And homework right now is not graded in high school and in middle school. This is something which was rolled out a few years ago. I think we need to revisit that policy, kind of talk it through as a community, as parents, as teachers, what's going to work. And how do we get kids on board to get their homework in? Do we need to grade it partially? What is the best way to go forward? And a big part of that is involving the teachers, because they're the ones on the ground doing the work. So that's another issue for me. Another one is making sure the curriculum is very full, which it already is quite good. We need to make sure we have a balanced curriculum that involves science, math, the arts, music, all of these different disciplines. So the kids, when they get out of school, that they are full, well-rounded community members. And my last consideration is about funding responsibly. We do know there's been a lot of issues about the referendum, and I think we could be talking about a referendum by bringing the community more into the picture. The community could be looking at line item numbers and saying, you know, we want a referendum. We want to fix the schools, but we can only afford so much. Well, that would involve the community. So those are some ideas that I have. And if you also look at the back of this, I just want you to point out to you something. If you look at the bottom, I have my address here. I have my cell phone, which is usually in my pocket, and I have my website. So this is what I think a civil servant should do. I am there for you. In other words, if I get elected, you can call me on the cell phone. Tell me what your thoughts are. You know where I live. You know, I can run, but I can't hide. I mean, I'm here for you. And then if you also look at some of my credentials, as I say, I've been here for quite a few years. I have 2 kids in the district through the years. Jesse moved on, but Carlos is still there. I'm in the schools. I know all the schools in terms of the staff, the facilities. I know a lot of that. I'm also very involved in the schools. I've been a volunteer for 15 years. I've run my own business as a technical writer and trainer for about 25 years. I know how to manage funds. And on top of that, I've also done a lot of curricula design with adult education. So I know how to design courses, how to deliver, and how to help people learn. So I hope I can earn your vote on April 2nd. And I do want to point out that Steve Staten here, this wonderful gentleman, has endorsed my campaign, and I'm very proud of the fact that he has. So thank you very much.